Hello, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, number 6, Superposition of Waves. Last year, in sound chapter, we have studied sound waves, their properties, and various phenomena like echo, reverberation, Doppler effect, etc. Let us revise our knowledge. You know the ripple created on the quiet surface of water when stone is dropped in it. The water molecules are disturbed and start to oscillate up and down about their mean position, or you say equilibrium position, but they do not move from one point to another along the surface of water. The disturbance produced by stone travel outwards in the form of vibrational kinetic energy and momentum through molecule to molecule. That means, suppose the molecule which is in contact with the stone begins to oscillate. During its oscillation, it gives its energy to next particle during collision, and thereafter again next particle begins to oscillate, again gives energy to the next particle. Again this process goes on repeating from particle to particle or molecule to molecule, and we say that wave is set up. Then question arises, what is wave? It is defined as oscillatory disturbance travels through a medium without change of form. Look the words. Oscillatory disturbance means it is a vibrational kinetic energy gained by the molecules from the source, and due to which particle vibrates without change of form. Means no bodily movement of the particles. Means particles are not moving from one place to another place, or they not changes their places. They only vibrates about their mean position when disturbance or energy is received from previous particle. This definition is more precise for mechanical waves. Thereafter, we know that there are two types of waves, mechanical wave and non-mechanical wave. For mechanical waves required a material medium for their propagation. But in non-mechanical wave, medium does not require. Mechanical waves are again divided into two parts, progressive waves and stationary waves. Thereafter, the waves which are travels in a given direction continuously are called progressive waves, and stationary waves means the waves which are also called as the standing waves, means they are not moving any direction, means forward direction or backward direction. We discuss them more detail in later articles. Thereafter, progressive waves are again divided into two types, transverse progressive waves and longitudinal progressive waves. In transverse progressive waves, the particles of the medium vibrate in a direction perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. Means particle vibrates up and down. Suppose the waves are moving towards right or left, mean motion of the wave and vibrations of the particles are perpendicular in transverse waves. But as per concern to longitudinal waves, the waves in which particles of the medium vibrate parallel to the direction of propagation of waves. Means the motion of the wave and vibration of the particles are in the same direction. We go through examples of them. Transverse waves, the waves created in the rope are the transverse waves. Longitudinal waves, the waves created in the spring or sound waves are also a longitudinal waves. Stationary waves are again divided into two categories, transverse stationary waves and longitudinal stationary waves. Thereafter, we are going forward non-mechanical waves. Non-mechanical waves are again divided into two parts. Electromagnetic waves. We discuss these waves more detail in 11th standard. Means, what is electromagnetic waves? The waves in which these are the vibrations of time varying. How we can define it? The electromagnetic waves does not require a material medium for their propagation. Means these are the field vibrations of magnetic and electric field. Means how we can define it then? The wave in which the vibration of electric and magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other and they are again perpendicular to the direction of propagation of waves. Means time varying electric and magnetic field perpendicular to each other and propagating in a space in a direction of the progressive wave. Okay, and thereafter means this electromagnetic waves does not require a material medium for their propagation because these are the vibrations of electric and magnetic fields and no field required any medium. Means this field can be created in any medium as well as in vacuum also. Means light waves are the electromagnetic waves, you know, and you studied more detail in 11th standard also. These electromagnetic waves are progressive in nature and they are the transverse progressive waves. Thereafter, another new era in the physics is a matter wave. Means according to it, any moving object associated with wave itself. Means you are walking, your wave is also walking along with you. This wave is called as a matter wave. This new era in the physics, we have to study it more detail in chapter number 14, dual nature of radiation and matter. Then in this chapter, we have to discuss mechanical waves, their reflection, principle of superposition of waves, various phenomena like formation of stationary waves, bits and their applications. Thereafter, first discuss about a progressive wave. Then how we can define it? The wave which travels in a given direction continuously. The wave which travels in a given direction continuously is called a progressive waves. In your book, more precise definition is given. A wave, it is given as a wave in which the disturbance produced in the medium, travels in a given direction continuously. You say disturbance or you say wave, without any damping and obstruction from one particle to another one. Again, repeat yourselves. A wave in which the disturbance produced in a medium travels in a given direction continuously without any damping and obstruction from one particle to another one. Then we are looking forward properties of the progressive waves. Then we go through first property. Each particle of the medium performs simple harmonic motion or SHM. You know the chapter in oscillation chapter, what is SHM? Means as progressive wave is set up in the medium, particles of the medium perform simple harmonic motion. Means they perform same type of vibrations about their mean positions. Mean first particle oscillates or perform SHM, second particle also perform SHM, third particle also perform SHM, and then we say that wave is set up. Thereafter, the particles have same amplitude, period and frequency. What is meaning? That means height of the wave. If we consider the wave, then height of the wave is the amplitude of the particle. Mean each particle goes to, means suppose we consider first particle goes 2 centimeter upwards, come to mean position, and 2 centimeter downward, again come to mean position. Mean it is the one oscillation of first particle. Mean first particle goes 2 centimeter upward, second also goes 2 centimeter upward, third also goes 2 centimeter upward, fourth particle also goes 2 centimeter upward as well as downward also. Means the maximum displacement of the particles from their mean position on either side is equal for each particle in the wave. So their amplitudes are equal. All particles are having same amplitudes. Another way, first particle performs one oscillation in supposed to be 2 seconds. Then second particle also requires 2 seconds to perform the oscillation. Third particle also requires 2 seconds for the oscillation. Means their period of oscillation is same for all particles. When we know that a frequency is the reciprocal of the period, mean period is same, then frequency is also same. Mean all the particles in the waves are having same amplitude, same period and same frequency. The phase or state of vibration changes from one particle to another particle. Means state of vibration means first particle gains a energy first, begins to oscillate. And second particle, and during its oscillation, this particle gives energy to the next particle. Means second particle receives energy later to that of the first particle. So this particle is behind to that of first particle. Or we say that this particle is lags in the phase to that of the first particle. Similarly, third particle receives the energy from the second particle. Means energy received by the third particle is later than second particle. So it is again behind it. Means first particle is leading to all particles. Second particle is follow first particle. Third particle follows second particle. Fourth particle again follow third particle. Means their state of oscillation or phase is changes from particle to particle. First particle is always ahead in the phase, then other particles. Second particle is ahead to that of the other particle, next particles. In this way, phase or state of vibration changes from one particle to another particle. No particle remains permanently at rest. Interesting fact is that no one particle is lazy. All the particles goes to upper extremity, mean position, lower extremity and mean position. Okay, but when one thing should be there, you studied it during simple harmonic motion. When particles are at extremity, they comes momentarily at rest. But when they are moving, mean their velocity zero at extremity. But when they comes toward the mean position, their kinetic energy as well as velocity goes on increasing. And at mean position, their velocities as well as kinetic energies are maximum. And again, when it goes toward the extremity, then its kinetic energy and velocity decreases, and at left extremity, again it becomes zero. Meaning, in short, at both extremities, particle momentarily comes to rest. But at mean position, their velocity is maximum. Means no particle remains permanently at rest or momentarily come to rest at extreme position. Understood this thing? the particle attains a maximum velocity at mean position. And you know that particles are in SHM, then what is their general velocity? V equal to omega square root of a square minus x square. Means at mean position x is 0. So what is their velocity then? Maximum velocity attained by the particle at mean position, what is it? Plus or minus omega a. Omega into a. And it is the maximum velocity. Understood this thing? And you know it from oscillation chapter. During propagation of wave energy is transfer, not a matter is transfer. Look the thing. In these waves, energy is transfer from particle to particle, or momentum is also transfer from particle to particle. But matter is not transferred. Means first particle gives only energy to the next particle, not gives its mass or matter to the second particle. Interesting one is there. Means as per concern to these waves, mechanical waves we consider, that means energy and momentum is transfer, not a matter is transfer. Understood this thing? The velocity of the wave depends upon properties of the medium. Mean velocity of the wave is depends upon properties of the medium. Mean different factors are affecting it. That means velocity of the wave created in the string is square root of T upon M. Means it is depends upon the tension as well as linear density of the string. Means suppose we consider a thin thread, then mass is M is small, mass per unit length. So velocity is more, but thick thread, it vibrates slowly. So velocity is slow. Okay, such type of things are there. Means the velocity of the wave depends upon properties of the medium. Next one, there are two types of transverse waves. Two types means transverse waves and longitudinal. We discuss it. Then transverse waves means particles of the medium vibrate in a direction perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, and means waves created in the rope. Longitudinal waves means the particles of the medium vibrate in a direction parallel to the direction of propagation of waves. Means sound waves are the longitudinal waves. In transverse waves produce crest and troughs. Means when transverse wave is set up in the rope, then convex part and concave part is created. Convex part is called as a crest, concave part is called as a trough. Crest and troughs are follow each other. Means they are alternately produced. Crest is produced, thereafter trough is produced, again crest is produced, and so on. And thereafter, but as per concern to longitudinal waves, compressions and rarefactions are set up. Means compressions are the regions where particles are gathered together. Means their density is more. But rarefaction is a region where rarefaction is the particles are quite separated from each other. Less denser medium is that. Means as per concern to longitudinal waves, compressions and rarefactions are set up. Transverse waves propagate through solids because this solid possess the property of elasticity of shape. Means you say modulus of rigidity. You studied in 11th standard. But longitudinal waves travels solids and fluids, means solid, liquid as well as gases. Because as per concern to longitudinal that means medium must possess elasticity of the volume elasticity, or you say bulk modulus. And all three, solid, liquid and gases, possess these properties. That's why longitudinal waves are travel through solids as well as fluids, means liquids and gases. These are the properties of progressive waves. I am saying here are 10 properties. You can add more than 10 properties also. Okay. Thereafter, we are going forward. The equation of progressive wave. Equation of progressive wave means suppose we considered the wave is traveling along the positive x-axis and it is starting from origin. mean at any instant time t, wave is at origin. Means when this wave is propagating along the x-axis, particles of the medium vibrate along the y-axis. Then suppose we consider mechanical progressive waves actually passes through an elastic medium. The displacement of any particle of the medium at point x, means suppose we considered such type of wave is set up. Mean at any point we consider here, suppose we consider any point, it is starting from here. Then at any point of the medium, point x at time t, the equation is given as y equal to yxt equals to function of x minus vt. Function of x minus vt. Then look the thing, what is vt then? Velocity equal to displacement upon time. So displacement produced by the wave is x dash. So x dash upon t we considered here their vt. Means function v is the speed at a disturbance wave travel through the right, means increasing x. The factor x minus vt appear the disturbance produced at point x equal to 0 and at time t, and reaches the point x equal to x dash, means suppose particle is initially at this point origin, thereafter in time t it moves to x dash distance, mean at x equal to x dash on a right time, mean at any instant time t it is at origin. And suppose we consider after t dash time, it covers a displacement x dash. It covers a displacement x dash, and we know its velocity of the wave is v. Then velocity equal to displacement x dash divided by time t dash. Then how much time take to cover the displacement x dash upon v. So you can take total time equal to initially at time t it is origin, and later in t dash time it goes here, then total time is t plus t dash, or you say t plus x dash upon v. Understood this thing? Thereafter odd disturbance of the particle is at t at position x dash. Suppose we assume at time t particle comes here, then thereafter actually originated from the left side t minus x dash upon v. Then suppose in t time particle comes here, then originally it is originating from distance x dash left side. So we considered here, thus above equation represents progressive wave traveling in a positive x direction. Why? Here minus term is there. Mean initially at time t particle is at origin, and thereafter in time t plus t dash, mean t plus x dash upon v, it goes to x dash distance. So you can take a function x minus vt. X minus vt represents particle is moving along the positive x axis. This minus sign indicate particle is moving along the positive x axis. And thereafter the function f depends on a motion of the source or disturbance. If the source of the disturbance is in SHM, means suppose all the particles of the medium are in simple harmonic motion, and we know the displacement of a particle when it performs SHM is equal to what? A sin omega t when it starts from origin, or omega t, A sin omega t plus delta. Okay, then this equation is represented as y equal to xt A sin kx minus omega t. Kx minus omega t when particle is performs simple harmonic motion, or if wave travels to the left along the negative x direction, it is as positive. Mean along the positive x-axis it is negative, along the negative x-axis it is a positive. Then question arises, what is A? A is the amplitude of the wave. K is the propagation constant or wave vector as mentioned It is called as a wave number. As per consent to your book, it is called as a wave number. It is also called as a propagation constant. And its value is taken as 2 pi upon lambda. What is omega? It is the angular frequency. And this angular frequency omega equal to 2 pi n. And thereafter we go through another formula is there. Velocity v equals to omega upon k. Means angular frequency upon wave number or propagation constant. It is the speed of the wave. I think this is all about equation of the progressive wave. Thereafter, we are looking forward some numericals. One thing should be there. Means here negative sign indicate that particle is moving or wave is set up along the positive axis. And positive sign indicate that wave is set up along the negative x-axis. Thereafter, we are going forward some MCQs as well as numericals. One answer in brief is given. First numbers. A wave is represented by equation y equal to a sine bx plus ct. Look here, given that a, b, c are the positive. And these are the constant. A, B, C are positive. Can you tell which direction the wave is moving? Then A is the amplitude. B multiplied to X mean B is what? It is the wave number or propagation constant. What is C? Angular frequency. Means B represent the K and C represent the. Then how we can take it? And here plus sign is there. If minus sign is there, it is moving along the positive x-axis. And here plus sign is given means it is going toward the that means negative x-axis. Okay? Means due to plus sign we consider here it is moving along the negative x-axis. Mean initially at origin and later on it is moving along the negative x-axis. Okay? Simple thing is there. We discussed more detail in previously. Another one, in answer in brief, question number 5 in your book, the amplitude of the wave is represented by 0.2 sine 4 pi t upon 0.08 minus x upon 0.8. All quantities are taken in SI unit. Find wavelength, frequency and amplitude. This numerical can be solved in this way also. Mean I am taking, we know why different forms of progressive waves are there. Mean y equal to a sine 2 pi t upon t minus x upon lambda. I am taking direct formula, but you can take this formula as, mean I am taking here 2 pi upon t means it is the omega. And 2 pi upon lambda means kx, means omega t minus kx. This formula is used here. Means sine omega t minus 2 pi upon lambda means kx. This formula is taken. But you can directly take in this way also. Omega t minus kx. Omega t means you can take here 4 pi upon 0.08, and thereafter pi upon 0.04. It is the omega. And here 4 pi upon 0.8 means pi upon 0.4. It is the k. And thereafter you can solve omega equal to 2 pi n equal to pi upon 0.04 and k equal to 2 pi upon lambda equal to pi upon 0.4, and thereafter you can solve it. But I am directly taking this formula y equal to a sine 2 pi upon t minus x upon lambda. And this equation given to you is again modified in this way. Means I am taking here 4 pi is there. Here I am taking 2 pi means 2 is taken inside the bracket. Means here 2 upon 0.08 means I am taking here 0.04. And thereafter 2 upon 0.8 means 0.4 is taken. And thereafter only comparison is there. Comparing 1 and 2. Means comparing y, indicate y equal to a means amplitude of the wave, it is 0.2. SI unit, all quantities are taken in SI unit means a equal to 0.2 meter. A equal to 0.2 meter means I am getting amplitude. Thereafter capital T is given. T equal to what? 0.04. Period is given. As period is given, the reciprocal of the period mean 1 upon 0.04 means 25 hertz. It is the frequency. Mean I am getting a frequency. I am getting a period. Thereafter, x upon lambda. Here x upon 0.4. Comparing it, lambda indicates 0.4. Mean we get wavelength, we get frequency, and we get amplitude. And suppose another question is there, suppose what is the velocity of the wave? Then you can take v equal to n into lambda or lambda upon t also you can use. And thereafter you get a velocity also. Mean n is here what? 25 and lambda is what? 0.4. Mean you can take 10. This is your answer. Means you can face all types of this comparison problem. You know the formula. Means only 2 or 3 formulas are there. Frequency equal to 1 upon t. Another formula omega equal to 2 pi n. Another formula is k equal to 2 pi upon lambda. Mean if n v equal to n lambda. If you know four formulas, you can face any such type of problems and you can solve easily. Okay, thereafter we go through another numerical. Means a wave of frequency, means frequency of the wave is given. Mean each particle vibrate with a frequency 500 hertz. It's traveling with the speed. Mean velocity of the wave is given 350 meter per second. What is the phase difference between two displacement at a certain point? 1.0 meter millisecond apart. Mean time is given. And what will be the smallest distance between 2 points which are 45 degree out of phase at any instant of time? Means two things are given. This formula can be faced with the help of two things. Means one is a displacement time is given. Means suppose we consider such type of wave is there. One wave means complete period t. Such type of wave is there. Then here two times are given. T 1.0 millisecond apart the time is given. Then you know frequency is given 500 hertz. Velocity is given 350 hertz. And delta t is given 10 raised to minus 3 second. Then phase difference delta phi equal to 2 pi upon t delta t. Then you says that where is t? T means what? 1 upon t is the frequency, means 2 pi and delta t. You know the frequency. What is it? 500. 2 pi is there. 10 raised to minus 3. How we can realize it? 2 pi phase is related with time t. Very simple comparison is there. 2 pi phase means one wave. 2 pi phase means one wave. For one wave, total phase is 2 pi, which is related with period t. Mean when first particle completes one oscillation, the wave travels a distance equal to one wave. Means phase is 2 pi, wavelength is lambda, and one oscillation means period is t. These are the quantities related with it. One wave means one crest and one trough. Mean one compression and one rarefaction. Or one crest and one trough. Okay? It is related with phase 2 pi. How much distance covered? It is the wavelength lambda. How much time taken by the wave to reach one wave? Period t, because first particle completes one oscillation in that time. Means these are the quantities related with each other. Then for time, period t, how much phase is there? Period t, how much phase is there? Look here, period t, how much phase is there? 2 pi phase is there. Then for time 1.0 millisecond, how much phase is there? And taking ratio. Means delta phi upon delta t equal to 2 pi upon t. So you can take here delta phi equal to 2 pi upon t into delta t. So you can take here frequency is given, that's why we can take here 2 pi n delta t, 2 pi 500 into 10 raised to minus 3. Means here 0.5 into 2. Mean 1. Mean pi radian. This is your answer. Means in short, period t is related with 2 pi phase. Then 1 millisecond is the time which is related with how much phase? How much phase? Then pi radian. Then I think it is the half oscillation. Pi radian means. Then what is the period we considered then? Here period is 2 milliseconds. Simply, you can take period also. How we can take a frequency equal to 1 upon t. Means 1 upon t means 1 upon n. 1 upon 500 means you can get here 2 milliseconds. Means go anyway. You know period, you know frequency, you get a period. That means period is known, 2 pi phase is related with. And another one, then delta t time here. Another thing is also there. Means as per concern to length, mean one wave means distance lambda, which is related with how much phase? 2 pi phase. Mean 2 pi is related with length lambda. For think this thing, 2 pi is related with period t, as well as 2 pi phase is related with wavelength lambda. Okay. Then 2 pi phase is related with wavelength lambda as per concern to length. As per concern to time, 2 pi phase is related with period t. And as per concern to length, 2 pi phase is related with wavelength lambda. And as 2 pi phase is related with wavelength lambda, then you can take here, then what is the pi by 4 phase is there, then how much length is there? Alternate problem is there. Again same thing, delta phi equal to 2 pi upon lambda. Here instead of time, here we take a length and delta x is there. Means for delta phi phase, delta x length is there, and 2 pi phase, how much length is there? Lambda is there. And thereafter you can take delta x, you have to calculate. Then rearranging the term, delta phi upon delta phi v 2 pi n, mean pi by 4 you can take here. Pi by 4 means 45 is there. 45 comes into radian. Pi by 4 mean pi by 4 into 350 and 2 pi into 500. So you can take here 0.0875 meter or 8.75 centimeter. Simple problem is there. Here we use velocity equal to n lambda, and thereafter lambda is calculated. Means here lambda is substituted here, v upon n directly, and you get it answer. This is the thing. Another one we go through. Two sound waves traveling at a speed of 330 meter per second. If their frequencies are also identical and are equal to 540 Hz, what will be the phase difference between the waves at a point 3.5 meter from one source and 3 meter from the other source if the sources are in phase? Means here path length is given 3.5 and 3. Mean what is the path difference? It is the 0.5. 3.5 minus 3.0 means 0.5. Velocity is given 330 meter per second. Frequency is given. Again same numerator, delta phi we have to calculate. Again same thing is there. Delta phi equal to 2 pi upon lambda into delta x. And with the help of v equal to n lambda, putting this formula, lambda equal to what? V upon n. Mean v upon n mean n goes numerator. So 2 pi n delta x upon v. Or if initially you calculate the lambda directly v upon n and thereafter substitute anyway. Or it is directly taken 2 pi, frequency is given 540 into 0.5 into 330. Thereafter delta phi after solving 1.636 pi, or it is near to 1.64 pi radian, it is given in your book. I think this is all about problem. Thereafter another topics are there. Reflection of waves is deleted from your syllabus. So in next time we directly discuss about superposition of waves or principle of superposition of waves, and thereafter stationary waves. Today it's enough. Thank you.